Yeah, so EOG start a week from today. Y'all's class specifically, y'all be taking Math EOG next Friday. This Friday, any missing work and all that, you gotta get turned in tomorrow. All right, so we got 1 week till we're getting our EOGs going. So, getting closer. All right, today we're gonna look at scatter plots. You know, that's scatter plots, line of best fit kind of thing. Most of y'all actually did pretty good with this. Helps, a lot of it is typically calculator active. So using Desmos helps out a lot with it. Our little Y1, square line, MX1 plus B, a lot of that, right? All right, so this is one, we need the equation. All right. When it has the line like this, we don't want to enter in all the dots. All right? We do not want to use all of the dots. We want to use what the actual line gives us. So let's start with, what is y-intercept? Yeah, 40. So our y-intercept is there at 40. We're going to want to use at least one more point, okay? And when we use points, we want to use points that go through corners, okay? And I'm going to use points on the line, not actual dots on the scatter plot, okay? Because we're looking for the equation for that line right now. I'm going to use this point right here, okay? So my y-intercept, what's the x value for my y-intercept? No, the x value for the y-intercept is 0. So on Desmos, make a table. Everybody click to make a table on Desmos. On your x values, we're going to put 0. Y value, we got 40 for that first point. For that dot values, what's our x value for that? 3, and our y value? 35. All right, everybody go with that. We got 2 points now, right? If we had the whole scatter plot, since they gave us the line, we only need 2. So now we go, use our y1, squiggle mx1 plus b, and we can get the equation. So who can tell me, what is it? So we got y equals negative 1.6x plus 40. Okay? That's not so bad, is it? Everybody see how we did that? We picked 2 points on that line, didn't we? We put them on the table, used Desmos to help us get that equation. If, let's say we didn't have Desmos, it was on the inactive, we could do a couple things to eliminate answer choices. By looking at the table, or not the table, graph. Everybody good with how we got the y-intercept? Y-intercept's 40, right? That's where it crossed the y-axis. Our slope, positive or negative? Negative. Everybody's good with that part, right? As we go from left to right, it's moving downwards. Usually, that's enough to eliminate a couple of the answer choices by identifying the y-intercept and identifying whether we have a positive or negative slope. Okay? Once I had this point right here, there's my y value for that point. There was my x value. That's where the 3 and the 35 were coming from, just using that point. We could have used this point here as well, and even right there it was going to run into that one. Like I said, we only needed 2 points, so
So there will always be 4 points.
it'll always be 4. But there'll always be at least 2. Sometimes there will be a lot more. Sometimes might just be 2 or 3, but usually a few. All right, so the way this one's kind of stretched, that might be a little hard to read, but it's asking which one's true about 2 sets of numerical data that have negative association. All right, so don't even try to read the answer choices right now. Think about it. If we have negative association, if something has a negative association, what happens? Well, we got, so what happens to one of them? One of them decreases, what happens to the other then? Increases. They go opposite directions, right? One up, one down. So A says as one variable increases, the other variable does not change. Well, that's not right. B says as one variable increases, the other variable increases. That's not right. That'd be positive, both the same direction. C says one variable decreases, the other variable decreases. That's still going the same direction. Same direction is positive. D says as one variable increases, the other variable decreases. That's how we get negative. Negative means they're going opposite directions. Okay? Everybody go with that? All right, positive and linear it's looking for. Which one of those is positive linear, Aubrey? B is correct. All right, so if we look at A here, everybody see how we got a little bit of a curve to it, right? It's positive, it's going up, but that's nonlinear. We got a curve. B, and positive, obviously. C, that's linear, but that's negative. D, a little bit of curve to it and negative. This one here, we got a scatter plot shows the number of days since several people filled their cars with gas and the gallons of gas in their tank. We're looking for the most reasonable estimate of gallons of gas in a tank if it has been 3 days since filling up. So 3 days since filling up. Days since filling up is our X value. We're looking for 3 days. 3 days is right here. Y'all, what would be a good estimate? 13, 17, 23, or 10? So the way this works, we just kind of draw a line, okay? So if I kind of draw a line, I'll put it in different color. That line fits kind of good, right? Or close enough, right? What number did I cross at about?
18.
About 18, kind of close to it. So which answer choice is closest then? B, 17. My line may be curved up a little bit, right? So that's maybe why it was a little higher. But 23 is going to be too high, isn't it? 23 would have been like up here. That's way too high. 10 and 13. 10, 13. Those are way too low, aren't they? 17 would have put it maybe right about there. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? 17 would have fit the data the best. That would have been the other way you could do it if you kind of look where the dots go and see which one fits the best with the other dots. Any questions on that one? Didn't do a whole lot of math actually right there, did I? It just kind of seeing which dots fit. All right, look at the scatter plot there. What type of association I got? None really. It's pretty just random, right? All right, so we're looking at we're looking for one that would have no association. All right. Answer choice A says the number of siblings a person has and the person's GPA. Would that have Would that have an association? No. So A would be our answer right there. You could have a lot of siblings and have really good grades. You could have a lot of siblings and have really bad grades, right? You could have no siblings and have good grades. You could have no siblings and have bad grades. So that could be kind of random. B says the number of guests at a hotel and the total water consumption. You would imagine the more guests at a hotel, the more water they would use, right? Less guests, less water usage. So that would probably be a positive one. So that one won't work. C says the total number of miles driven and the total gallons of gas used. Well, y'all, the more you drive, the more gas a car is going to use. Even if it has good gas mileage, it still works that way. Even if it doesn't use a lot, a little bit still going to be more. D says the number of people at a concert and the total concession sales. Well, you would assume more people, more concessions they buy, right? So again, another one that would probably be positive. All right, make sense? Those types of questions, that's all you need to do usually, is kind of read what it says, kind of think your way through which one would make the most sense.